Hi everybody, today I will share with you Fernando the Flamingo made on the knitting machine, 46 needle. First I will cast on from the black needle, one in the front, one in the back, like I do every time I cast on my machine. For this part we will need 60 rows. So you put that in your yarn feeder and then you crank. So we'll need 60 rows for the body and 2 times 35 rows for the wings, all made on the king size. So I reached the point I need, the number of rows I need, so I will do a 360 without my yarn going through the yarn feeder. When it reached there and the black needle get up, it's time to cut the yarn. And when you, with your yarn needle, you go and grab stitch by stitch like this to make sure you don't have any drop stitch. So I'll show you that very slowly so you'll be able to see. You have to put your needle between the two red teeth. The first time it's kind of stress to do that because you don't want to lose any, but after a couple of practice you get better. So if you're newbies, maybe you could do this project too. If not, it will be for later, don't worry. So I keep remove it. The video is more like 45 minutes, so go get something to drink. Make sure you have your notebook close to you to take note during the video to keep the numbers. All numbers will be on screen during the video, so don't worry. Pattern is free, it's on screen. There, I keep getting all the stitches. There. Hope you will enjoy my little Fernando. He put a huge smile on my face when I was finishing it. Very cute one. So this part is done. So you have 3 pieces right now, 2 wings and the body numbers on the screen. So put that in your notebook. Will be time to change, not change, but to stretch it. So now it's time to do the neck. For the neck we will need 55 rows. So we cast on the machine like we did with the king size, but this one is a 22 needle knitting machine called ADDI Express Professional. So I put my counter to 0 when it works. If it's not, you'll probably buy yourself a new counter. It's happened, don't worry. So we'll keep going like this till I reach 55 rows. 55 rows. Time to remove it from the yarn feeder. Crank a full 360 to make sure it removed all the stitches from the needle. Then you cut. And with the wool needle, you will go and grab stitch by stitch. Sorry, I just noticed that the video is a kind of flu right now, but we'll try to fix it during the video. So time to stretch, big stretch, put that aside for now. Continue to make your pieces for your flamingo. Fernando, Flamingo, Fernando, Flamingo. I keep going. For the head now, I will need 9 black, 12 gray, 40 pink, 12 gray, plus 9 black. Put that in your notebook. That will be for the head. So you will see during this part some color change. So if you struggle with color change, be careful. So during the video, you will see the color change. So for now, I'm doing the black. Going slowly. Make sure all the stitches are on the needle. And time to switch to another color. So put the yarn in the middle. Bring the gray, put in the yarn feeder and put in in front of the black needle. Crank it just to make sure some yarn are be grabbed by the machine, and then you do a double knot right away like this, and then you crank till you reach 12 rows of gray, and then we will switch to pink. All the color name will be in the video description, so if you miss the color, don't worry. The time to cut it, I reached 12 rows. Now I will continue with 40 rows of pink. 40 rows of pink. Time to attach it. I almost forgot. Like this, double knot, put it in the middle, and then you crank. And when your work starts touching the table, it's time to put your hand in it and pull. You will see. I will do it so it will prevent the drop stitch. Too much tension on the stitch. You see, put your hand and just pull. Put it there like this to prevent some drop stitch. So I will continue to crank. You could see the flamingo getting born there. Time to put the gray, and then you attach those two knots, and after that we will switch to the black. When you reach 12 rows of gray, continue with 9 of black. Put that in front of the needle, crank it, and then you do the double knot. Put it in the middle, and you keep going. When you reach the 9, you cut the yarn, remove it from the yarn feeder, do a 360 like this, stop just before, and put it in your wool needle. Almost lose one stitch here. See, could happen to me too. Even I be careful. So I grab it, very important, because I don't want to end up with a drop stitch. So I continue, I go between the two teeth and continue to pick all stitches. There. Almost finished. Time to give it a nice stretch. Put that aside, and we continue with the paws. For the paws, I will need 2 times 60 rows, so I will need 2 tubes of 50, and not 50, 60. Oh. And at the end I will put 5 rows of waste yarn. Why? Because I will do a flat part for the little paw. So almost time to cast off. Put your hand in it when it touches the table, and continue to crank till we reach 60 rows. There. Open the yarn feeder, do a 360. No, sorry, no 360. I put that in front of the needle. I will do the waste yarn. Oh, it's almost a blank spot there. Waste yarn. So I will do that for 5 rows, and the machine will cast off by itself. Cut the yarn, no more yarn going through, and it will release by itself. It's magic. Sometimes it gets stuck like this, but you go slowly and remove it. So I do 2 tubes for the paws with 5 waste yarn. And I have the head, put that aside, the little wings, the body, and the neck. So for the body, I will close it by pulling on the yarn, put that inside there, and I will do the same thing on the other side. I will keep that simple as possible during the put it together. So it's time to remove the waste yarn. Not the waste yarn, but it's a marker that I put every 10 rows. So I put that inside to join the other end, almost like a hat right now. That's the body of the flamingo. There. And I will go and sew it flat. Push it there. And I will grab a full stitch here with my wool needle and a full stitch here. If you're not comfortable to do the matress stitch like this, it's not a matress stitch, this is more like a faux graft. I use that technique a lot on my video. So I grab one side, full stitch, and I try to keep myself always on the same rows on the edge like this. Put it closer, maybe help. So I go and grab it and keep going. I don't skip any stitch. I go and grab one fold and one fold on the other side. And after that I will pull on the string of yarn to close it. I will do a nice seam. I don't tie it right now. I will do it after. There. And pull. And now it's almost time to put in the stuffing. There. And when you do stuffing, just put a little bit at a time. So that way it's more easy to control the shape of your stuffing, your toys. There, I put right in the tail like this to give it a nice shape. The fun part with this, this is the neck, and I will do the same thing, close both ends of it, of the tube, and secure it with the double knot. And you could go through some stitches like this and do a double knot. Pull tight. And we will do the same thing with the other side of the tube, like this. I like those needles. There. They are quick and easy to get in your yarn. Stretch, stretch, stretch. Very important, always stretch. So for the neck, I will go and put that inside like this. There. And turn it. Like for the neck, if you don't have any 22 needle, you could use your 46 machine and just fold it in half to do the neck. And you could do the same thing with the legs, the feet, the paw of the flamingo. There's always a way. So now it's time to just make sure your knot are tight for the head. So I will do the same thing with all the knot. Just give it a little tighter. I don't cut it too close to the knot. 2 to 3 centimeter is always the best for me anyways. So I will close this side of the beak, the head, and I will do the same thing on this side. Pull, take your needle and going through some stitches, and then with the loop you close it. There. Time to put it with a nice stretch and put it inside. So you will go through the middle to the other middle on the other side. There. Don't need to secure it. Make sure that it doesn't move after. There. In the middle of the black, make sure you don't get any side of it, because when you pull it will not going good. So that's the color change there. I will put that downside, because if I put it up you will see it, so it will be better for the view, but not for the view, but I don't know the right words, but it will look better then if you don't see it. But if it happens, it's okay, and the next one will be better, don't worry. So we'll do now the beak. I will just go and grab one stitch, skip one stitch, skip one, and I will go on the pink color, not the gray, on the pink, on the edge of the pink, and get it in like this, and then do a double knot, but not a double knot, just one knot to keep it together, and we'll tie it later. So it's time to put some stuffing in the beak area. Like I said earlier, just a little bit at a time, and when you got what you need, you just go and do a little tighter, but it's not too tight because you could see through some stuffing in there. So now it's time to do the head part. I will go one, skip one on the edge, one, skip one on the edge, and I will close it after to do the head. One, get one, skip one, get one, and skip one. Like this. There. Time to do the stuffing. A little bit at a time. Look a lot, but it's just a little bit. My stuffing are very, very fluffy. I know the stuffing is very expensive lately, so if you can't find anything affordable, just go for a new pillow at dollar store. Sometimes they got some for $4, so you got a lot of stuffing to do a couple of dolls or toys like this with a pillow. You use the stuffing in the pillow. I forgot to close this. Oops. So I will continue just to close it carefully. Keep one full stitch and one full stitch on the other side, as you could see. Sorry, I forgot to finish this part. So if you noticed that earlier, you're not a fool. You see it, and it's true. I forgot. So time to attach it. This, push, and then hide it in the body. Make sure you don't lose your needle. There, that's the way I want it. So we'll close this side too, the tail side. There. And getting in the little loop. So that's the body for now. Now it's time to close the legs, the feet, the paw, whatever you want to call it. So it's time to close it. So with the hook number 4.5 millimeter, I will go grab, starting in the middle like this, I put it flat, grab one side and one on the other side. That's why I use waste yarn contrasting color, so that way it's easier to grab your good stitch, the one you want to grab. If you're not comfortable with the hook yet, I will post a video in the description, 5 ways to close a tube. Select option 3 with a needle if you're not comfortable with a hook yet, but I'm sure you're gonna get comfortable with time. But if you're not comfortable, go with the needle and you'll be able to finish this project too, even you're not comfortable with the hook. There, almost finished. Very important to grab one side and one on the other side to prevent drop stitch. Oh, I got 2 stitch. Grab it and on the other side. There. And time to remove the waste yarn. Just pull on the pink and it will remove. So there. And if you're not sure how to remove the waste yarn, I show that in the video to close tube. So I count 13 rows. I will go grab one, skip one, grab one, skip one. It will give the shape of the paw. Like this. Grab one, stitch one. I will do the same thing with the other legs of the flamingo. There. And I will go tight like this. And if you're not comfortable with matress stitch, you could leave it like this. There, pull. That's the other side of this leg. And I will go and do double knot after. Just like this. Okay. Now it's time to, you could keep it like this or decide to do the matress stitch. Matress stitch, you just fold it in half and keep the same column from start to finish. And I will grab 2 bar, I'll go in the V, in the middle of the V, grab 2 bar like this. And 2 bar on the other side. I will keep doing this till I reach the other end. And I don't pull on my wool right now, because if I do a mistake, it will be easier for me to fix it. And it will do a very nice invisible seam at the end. I like this technique. This is one of my favorite. I use that a lot with the toys and the dolls I made. There. Time to pull, just to give it an idea. And give me some more yarn to continue. Make sure you grab the other end to don't lose your stitch. There, pull, 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 and voila, it's nice. Good, see now. So I will add some more yarn to finish. There. Continue like this. Keep your time. And you will do the same thing for the other legs, or paws, or feet, or whatever you want to call it. There. Maybe on the video it looked like I skip on the same stitch, but I was on side and on the other side all the way through. If you see it, it's sometimes I cut some part of the video to going a little bit faster, but there. Now I finish. So it's time to hide those tail of yarn. I will bring it all the same place and attach it together to secure, like this. And then cut the excess and hide it between the 2 layers of the legs. Simple like this. Put it all through the little hole and it looked like this. You got your 2 legs. There. Now it's time for the wings. The wings, I will just pull the yarn like this. And I will do the same thing on the other side. There. And through the stitches around the middle, and oops, it's the same image, sorry. Like I said, oh no, it's not the same, it's the other side. Sometimes I cut and maybe I don't cut in the right place, but I'm still new in it. I'm not a professional. I'm only somebody who wants to share with others. So time to attach the neck on the head. So I will go through one stitch, and for the head I will go and stay on the same column. So I grab on the edge a full stitch, and I will continue on the same column on the head. You will see same column going straight through. I grab 2 bars on the head and a full stitch on the neck. Make sure I stay on the same column, grab 2 bars and a full stitch on the head, on the neck. So almost finished this side. I'm going on the other side, same thing. We'll continue using the same. I grab it here. Now I'm going straight through on the same column, like I did on the other side. There, 2 bars, and then a full stitch. I didn't do any stuffing in the neck. If you want to try, it's up to you, but I didn't, because I have another idea for the neck. That's why I didn't put any stuffing. I answered the question now because I'm sure somebody was like, she didn't put any stuffing in the neck. So no, I will not. But if you want and change the style of the flamingo at the end, it's okay. But me, I decided to do it like this for now. Maybe the next one I will stuff the neck. Not sure yet. There, almost finished. Keep straight on the same column. There. Almost finished. Whoops. Sometimes when you try to go in the middle, it's harder because it's very tight. So I just go on the stitch on the side of it. So it looked like this. There. I pull on the yarn a little bit, not too tight, because I want it to stay like this. So now it's time to attach the neck. I will go in the middle like this and just count like 4 or 5 rows and pull there. And on the neck too, I will go 4 rows from the middle. When you close it, I call it the middle, and you go over 4 or 5 stitch, not stitch, but rows. See, and then you go and same thing. I will try to stay on the same numbers of row around the neck like this to prevent from being twisted at the end. So I go and keep it going like this. There. And keep going. Take your time. If you're still here, can you put me a smile in the comment, please? If you're still here at this amount of minute watching the video, please. And if you're not subscribed yet, can you subscribe too? Could be nice to have new subscribers on my channel. I try to reach the 25K. It's kind of hard, but I don't give up. Maybe one day I will reach 25K. So we'll go and grab 1 stitch, continue, almost finish. Pull. Like I said, I go on the 4 or 5 rows depending of the technique of your yarn. You could see it, you could choose it. Almost finished. Grab all the stitches, make sure you don't have any old. When you're done, you will do a little bit of a tight pull, a little bit on the string of yarn, I would like to say, and I did the I cut the 2 knot. I did 2 knot right there. Sorry, you didn't see it. There, it looked like this. There. So now I will continue with the eyes. With the eyes, I use like 25 centimeter of yarn, and I will put my eyes in the middle like this. I always do that technique, and I will do the same thing with this one. Those are very easy to do with the kind of wool needle. And those eyes, it's only for 3 and up kids, okay? If you want to give it to smaller kids, make sure you do them with yarn instead of button. No button for under 3 years old, please. It's a security thing. So I will go and put it on the second stitch. 1 like this. So I end up with 2 string of yarn on this side and the eye on the other side, and I will go and pick there with one side of the yarn that I put each side of my eyes. So I have those 2 string. I will put it there. I don't pull on it now because I will fix the eye after, and now I go pick on the side like this and reach the other side of eyes like this. So I end up with 2 like this. So I do a tight, see, I pull after and I decide if it's the place I want it. So when it's done, I do a double knot like this, and I will go do a double knot here, and then I could eye it in the head, like to eye those tail. See, it's exactly what I want right now. I do a double knot and eye those tail in the head. And me, I did another going through like this to be more secure. I attach it with one that was for one eye, and I will go and attach it, this one to the one for the other eye. But you didn't have to do all that. But me, I'm so scared of those eyes. I always want to be very secure with it. So now it's time to cut it and eye it. So I eyed it in the head. Not cut it, just eyed it. So now it's time to attach those 2 legs. So for the 2 legs, I will use again matress stitch. But if you're not comfortable, do whatever technique you're comfortable with. But me, I will go straight through the same column and grab 2 stitch, 2 bar. I go in the middle like the 2 bar, and this will be to be easy sew on the body of the flamingo. There will look more professional because they both side by side like this, and I will sew it on the seam of the body so it will look better. And actually, because I sew the legs like this, the flamingo will stay sit. See, I will go, the middle of the legs will go through the seam in the middle. So I will do some 4 stitch graft. 4 graft stitch. Oh, sorry. So I grab a full stitch on the legs, and I will grab a full stitch or a bar on the body, and I will stay on the same column all the way through. See, like this. So putting the legs like this will be like stable to sit your flamingo and stay still on a shelf, or if you want to play and put it everywhere in your house or in your camper. This one will be not for my little one, but for my niece. So time to pull. There. She just got a new camping car for herself, and she loves flamingo, so I did this one for her to put in her camping car. There. Grab it, and then there. Could see better. You grab it there. You stay on the same column. Grab 2 bars, and on the body you will grab a full stitch. Grab 2 bars and the full stitch on the body. It's horizontal and vertical seam together. There. So I'll go stay on the legs, same column, and then grab a full stitch on the same row. There. I don't go too far. I will go and fold it like this. There. And I will continue. I hold it here like this, and I continue. Grab 1 stitch, grab 2 bars, grab 1 stitch, and grab 2 bars. There. Pull a little bit more, and I try to stay on the same amount of rows when I grab it on the feet, the legs, the paws. Almost finished this part, and after that we will jump with the wings. There. I'm going through. This one already put a big smile on my face when I was making it. And at the end, when I did the picture, I was like, wow, I like that one. This one challenged me a little bit for the numbers and everything. Took me four days to make, to calculate it, and the trial and error, and the editing part was horrible. Oh my god, my computer was not the computer, but the program was not working properly at the beginning, so I have to cut it in 3 and then record it back. Oh my god, it was not easy. So for the wings, I will just stretch it like this. Nothing very hard with the wings. I will go and grab the end of it and the other end and attach it together. There. Exactly when you do when you do a bow. There. So this is one wing. So we do the other one, exact the same thing. Make sure you stretch it, and then I will sew it together. And there you go, like I did with other stuffing. You go through the neck and go one side like this and come back on the other side of the middle to secure it. And then you go through the neck, so that way your wings are gonna be on the same height each side. And then coming through, he's looking at me. This part looked funny. Oops, sorry for that. There, attach it tight and get in the loop, and then I did a double knot with the loop, and voila, flamingo. Fernando the flamingo is done. Hope you enjoyed this video. No, it's not done. I have to fold the head and the neck like this, and then I will grab it with faux graft. So that means I will grab a full stitch on the neck, and I will go attach it on the back of the bird. You don't see it right now, but I will show you. I will turn it, sorry. Could be nice to have like 2 camera, but I'm not that pro yet. So pull the yarn, and I will show you how it look. See? I attach it together. There, grab it and bring it to the other side to attach it together. There, add double knot, not too tight to change the shape of your neck. So I did in the body. Can't reach the needle, so I got it. So thank you for watching. Hope you enjoyed this video. Don't forget to subscribe. I try to reach 25K soon. So see you next week for a new video. Ciao, ciao!